It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC East. It's the Giants and the football team coming up next.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin here with Charles Davis. And CD, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, each of them in his own way with something to prove, you'd think, for 2021. Daniel Jones and Carson Wentz.
And Brandon, I'll tell you, the word fear comes to mind because we know that fear is a great motivator in this league. Fear of losing your job, fear that you don't have it anymore, fear that your backup is really playing well and coming for your job. Your current situation may not work out. That often inspires guys to better play. Let's see if we get that in this one.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from FedEx Field. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. To throw is Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Sunday. Turn up. Kill, turn up. 81. Great. Ram. It's done.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Now Wentz. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
On 1st down, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the 27, Wentz. And that is incomplete here.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. Looking for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good.
And it's 3-0 Washington.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants, but his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Jones. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing Jones. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw.
A throw to the flat here for McKissick.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A huge play there for Washington. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones looking for Shepard deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Jones now to throw on 3rd down.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Jamie Gillandale as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
2nd down and 8. Now Wentz. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
For Washington on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Wentz. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And possession switching back to the New York Giants. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Jones on 3rd and 2. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0 our score. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. 2nd quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Looking long for Thomas. He's got a man, complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Washington.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
A 5-yard touchdown catch.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Slide for the PAT.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Here's Richie James on the return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
That catch good for only a couple.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. Buying time to his left.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Jones throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for the Giants. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for Washington, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Now he steps away. First down and much more here for Jones.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York.
Kenny Galladay.
46 yards.
And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do because defensively you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player. Linebacker cover him, cornerback cover him, safety covering him, always has the advantage, usually has final answer against anyone who tries to defend him.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Shotgun now for Wentz.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Here we go. 180.
Hey, one set. Check.
Wentz now to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
54 Mike. Check. Watch.
Wentz.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a play fake. Wentz.
Now he's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Again, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And I guess, partner, you call that a coverage sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because where did he have to go with the football? I know everybody wants to get on him about, hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. But he's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones to the right and complete to Galladay. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's do this. Nothing here. This is on.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. Jordan Akins from 3 yards out.
And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Gano for the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at FedEx Field.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Washington on 3rd down.
They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw is Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Jihad Ward drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Seems to me that our friend, Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Here's Tressway now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones finding some room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they've got to go thank the guys on D.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. Runs over him. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones to Barkley on the check down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
A handoff to Barkley. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Jones. Toward the sideline, it's complete, an athletic grab, but still well short of the first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's a give to Gibson.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Let's go.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now, because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just